What are the ways in which our environment can maladaptively, deleteriously impact our sleep? And there are a number of things. Obviously, light pollution can be one of them. Temperature is another one. If your temperature is too high in the environment, you won't sleep as well. But perhaps the most impactful environmental force that will disrupt your sleep is noise, is sound pollution. And the first and most obvious is that many of us, let's say, have had the experience where we're woken up. Sorry, I'll say that again. Many of us have had that experience where we're woken up by a loud crashing or a bang or a phone call, and that's the obvious way. The more nefarious, the more sort of subtle and sinister way that sound will disrupt your sleep is that you won't necessarily wake up out of your sleep. It will just keep you out of the deep, non-rapid eye movement sleep, which is the sort of the deep restorative sleep. And it just keeps you in the shallow waters of light non-REM sleep. That's not particularly restorative sleep. Also, you may wake up, but if you fall back asleep quite quickly, you don't commit the awakening to memory. So you wake up the next morning and you don't feel restored. You just feel sort of tired and lethargic, but you don't remember waking up. But in fact, the noise pollution has been frequently waking you up. That's what we call highly fragmented sleep. One of the interesting things with sound and noise that we've discovered, different people have different sensitivities, meaning some people seem to be very light sleepers, that even just the creak of a floorboard as you're walking past the room, and they'll say, oh gosh, you just woke me up. Other people, they're gone and they are not coming back. They are out of it and that is the end of it. And what we found is that when there is a noise in the environment, there is a little burst of electrical brainwave activity called a sleep spindle. And you can think of these sleep spindles almost like protective sleep shields that try to put up that barrier to protect you against the noise. And it's almost like trying to provide sound installation. It's almost like it's trying to provide sound isolation and block out that noise. Some people, however, don't have particularly powerful sleep spindle bursts. In other words, their shields are not as thick and robust as other people's sound sort of immunity sleep spindles. And so the electrical brainwave pattern responses that you have to a sound will determine and dictate, does it wake you up? Or was that shield robust and significant enough to push back against the force of the noise and keep the sleeper sound asleep?